Heritage are of many kinds. Some are natural heritages, just like Mount Everest, Tilojo Lake, and so many other places where tourists come, and it is not made by man, but it is natural. And other heritage are monumental heritages. There are man-made heritages, historical heritages, story-based tangible and intangible heritages. So Nepal is a museum, open museum, where there are innumerable heritages associated with both intangible tales that are so many that no one can do research. Even to this day, it's an empty space for research. For example, this is Patan area, Patan Museum. Inside this Patan Museum, you can see the bath. This is a bath. Earlier, during King Yog Narendra Malla's time, this was a very historical place. Just now, it looks isolated, but once upon a time, if only it could tell tales of its glory, it would be really a story to tell. It was a place where queens gathered, because during Yog Narendra Malla's time there was a harem. All the queens gathered here, and when queens were gathered, males were not allowed. And you can see there is a changing room there. So this was a big bath where ladies gathered, and even if you see Hari Sharmaji's painting, he has imagined and he has made a painting where he shows how queen and the king were playing holy here. It was a beautiful area. It had a glorious past, but now today it's a museum. So you can see, look at the small pond here, lake here. That is a changing room for the ladies. And behind that was a big palace, and there were temples all around. Every day, just now it is a museum, but in those days, if you imagine, it would have been a great sight. Early in the morning, you could hear bell rings, ringing of the bell, chanting of hymns, and playing of conch shells, and it would have been a different aspect here if you just imagine yourself just now. Just now it's just a museum. So this shows what? That everything has a glorious past, but it does not last forever. Everything has to go, and we as a human being have to let it go. We cannot grab it and keep it with us, because one day we too will pass away with it. And the glorious past becomes a history. And present, look at this state. Imagine this was a palace and now it's a museum. So later on, God knows what it will be. So as time passes on, this Patan Museum now was, if you look into the past, was a big palace area. And later on, today is, we are celebrating coming of the World Heritage Day that takes place on April 17th. But now NMD Bank, Nepal Heritage Society, we all have gathered here to promote World Heritage Day, to safeguard our heritage, which makes us feel proud of what our generation handed over to us. And this is also, this comes under World Heritage Site. So I request all the foreigners, all the tourists who come here to visit this area. And as a person from Nepal, Deputy General Secretary of Nepal Heritage Society and Associate Professor of Culture, Nepalese History, Culture and Archaeology, it's a great pleasure to share with you all this history, which cannot be told in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Still, you have to visit Nepal to know about the glorious past. Thank you.